Hey guys, so I got sent this email asking for a bit of advice on balancing work and all that sort of thing. I thought this would actually be relevant if I shared it with everyone, which is why I'm sort of posting this as a YouTube video now on what to do if you have loads of stuff to do. Like your workload's really demanding right now. You don't have the time, you don't have the energy. Like, because I think a lot of people are in this situation where they just have a lot of stuff to do. For example, this guy here is in university, so he's got to manage university and applying for apprenticeships, which I know there are a lot of people in my audience who are, and there's also the people who are in year 13 who obviously have their A levels and stuff to do, but they also have to apply to apprenticeships. So it's like a lot of us, and like me as well. Like I've got my normal degree apprenticeship, and I do this YouTube, and I help people and all this sort of stuff. So we're all in the same situation where we have a whole bunch of work to do, and we need to get it done. So I just thought I'd share this video to everyone because I thought it would be helpful, and just talk about some of the techniques that I've used to get like the success. Well, I was going to say the success, like the success I've got. Like I'm not exactly like Leonardo DiCaprio or anything like that, but I got like a YouTube channel, which I'm pretty happy with. Well, I'm very happy, very grateful for where it's come in the past 15 months. This is what things have worked for me. I'll be honest, this might be quite a long video. I think it was like 28 minutes, 29 minutes or something like that. It is a bit all over the place. Like some of these unscripted videos are. Recently, I've been doing a lot of like unplanned videos. Sort of, I just turn on the recorder, get a whiteboard out, and start doing my thoughts. Maybe I literally make no sense when I'm doing these videos and I'm all over the place. If so, like actually dislike the video because that is helpful. Like if genuinely you watch some of these videos and it's annoying you how I'm going all over the place and not making sense, please dislike the video because then I know like okay, it's better for me to do scripted videos. But for me, I just feel like when I'm unscripted, I'm just giving you all my ideas. I feel like that's just where I get the raw ideas. The way I see it is like successful people I look up to, I wish they just, rather than their little edited scripted videos where they're tailing specific things, I just rather they tell me everything that's on their mind because I'm going to be able to get all their wisdom and all their knowledge from them. That's just what I want from successful people. So I'm just, maybe this helps. Again, if you do like these unscripted videos, which are kind of all over the place, but they do give you sort of raw and unfiltered, I'm not going to say wisdom because I don't think I'm really giving anyone wisdom. Like I'm not at that point yet. But if it's giving you unfiltered, raw information that's going to help you, then give it a like. If this is a load of rubbish, feel free to dislike and leave an angry hate comment down below, and I'll stick it up on my wall for motivation. Nice one, guys. Hope this video helps. I will see you in a bit. Take care. Final thing, I just realised when I was stitching that intro clip together with like the full main video, I realised there's gonna be a massive tone shift now. So I'm gonna go from like in this intro being all like happy, like the world's an amazing place, I love everyone, to kind of like now we're gonna be all depressed. So just get ready for this tone shift, and the rest of the video starts now. See you in a bit. Hey bro, I feel your situation. I completely get it. So hi Owen, I binge watch your videos every night, man. Appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. I'm reaching out because I really value your advice and something I've been struggling with. This year, my plan was to fully dedicate myself to landing a degree apprenticeship. However, I wasn't as focused as I need to be. That led me to enroll in university instead. Now that I'm here studying software engineering, I'm determined to give it my all and pursue a degree apprenticeship with complete dedication. That said, I'm finding it really challenging to balance everything. My degree is quite demanding, with heavy modules in the first year, and I'm also practicing for video interviews and applying for spring weeks to keep my options open in case I stay at university. My mindset is to plan ahead, so if I don't secure a degree apprenticeship, I'll still be set up to pursue an internship or other opportunities as a university student. I'm feeling overwhelmed by trying to balance university studies, learning to code, with the time and energy needed for applications, interview prep, and planning for all outcomes. I really need your guidance on how best to manage the situation, and any advice or tips you can share would mean a lot to me. Yeah. So this is a situation a lot of people are in, which is just you have a goal, and to get to that goal, X amount of work needs to be done, and X is a very big number. Like that's the pure root of the situation. Okay, you need to, in this case, balance university studies, learn to code, do applications, interview prep, heavy modules in your first year, etc., etc., etc. And it's a lot of work that needs to be done. What do you do in this situation? Well, you've just got to do the situation, man. Like maybe that's not the answer you were looking for, but it sort of is what it is, man. It's one of these parts of life where you just have to get down and you have to just grind. Okay, because I've been in similar situations a lot for the past year and 3 months, and it's not easy. Like, it's not easy. It just is what it is. So I started this YouTube channel in September. Let me just make myself smaller for a second. In September 2023. September 23 to December 2023, I was working hard, getting videos out. Couple of like 10 views per video. Right? Got to January. Especially this period here. January, February, March. Mental. Like, it was mental. Okay? I would be sleeping 5 hours a night. I wouldn't be watching films. I wouldn't be going on YouTube, not TikTok, not Instagram. I would just be working anytime I'm at home, evenings, weekends. I was sacrificing things. I was not going swimming training. I was not going to football matches. I was not going and seeing people. I was just working hard. Okay. Similarly, in September, October, and like the first half of November, literally same sort of thing. Okay, I would get home, right, at 5 p.m. and sometimes I'd work from 5 p.m., have half an hour for tea, work until 1 a.m., work until midnight, go to sleep, wake up at 6 a.m., go to work, get home 5 p.m., just work all day, work all evening. Weekends, wake up at 7 a.m., and then I'd work and sometimes still be going to bed at 11 p.m. or midnight. I didn't watch YouTube this whole time. I didn't watch any films this whole time. Like, I don't have TikTok or Instagram anyway, but I definitely didn't watch TikTok and Instagram. I just did nothing. I just had to get the work done. So I can really empathize with your situation. You just have to be ready to sacrifice things, right? Because I obviously don't know your specific situation. You're basically saying you don't have the time and energy. Maybe that's true. Maybe you're genuinely spending every single waking hour working. And if you are, then fair enough. Because there is a point, like, let's say you needed to, like, there is a point where X is too big. Like, if X was write a 4,000-page novel in the next, like, imagine, like, X, the amount of work you need to do is you have to write a 4,000-page novel in the next 2 days. Obviously, that's impossible. Like, if that happens, it's going to be impossible, right? But we're going to assume X is realistic. And most likely X is realistic. Okay, if you need to do some university studies, okay, you need to do your assignments and stuff. You need to learn to code, do your applications, do your interview prep, and yeah, that can be done. And that's not like writing a 4,000-page novel in the space of a day. Like, the amount of work is doable. It is just very difficult. The question I have for you is, are you genuinely spending every minute of your time working? The answer is probably no. That's your answer. You just need to spend more time working. It's as simple as that. Okay, that's why through all my difficult periods when I've worked super hard, like as I'm saying, September, October, first half of November, where I would just be coming home, working, sleep 1 a.m., go, okay? Weekends, wake up 7 a.m., work, sleep at 11 p.m., sleep at midnight, go. I didn't have time for anything else. I didn't have time for watching YouTube. I didn't have time for films. I just had to just work because I had so much stuff to do. It's the same situation here. So, number one, you just need to spend more time working. Okay, now that's easier said than done. How do you spend more time working? Like, there might be some of you who are thinking I'm probably capping when I say, oh, I was working from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Yeah, he's just lying. And it's like, okay, fine, believe I'm lying, whatever, right? Because the difficult thing is, it's one thing for me to say, okay, go and work more, go and put in some like 18-hour shift days or some 16-hour shift days on weekends. Go and do like 8 hours of work at university and then do like another 8 hours of work at home afterwards. It takes a lot of energy. And that's where like some general self-improvement stuff comes in, okay? And I sort of first came from self-improvement. Like, I started this YouTube channel in September 2023, and I sort of came from self-improvement from around the January 2023 time. And that's why a lot of the stuff I talk about is quite self-improvement-y, okay? And in particular, some of the stuff I mentioned around here in these videos about how to become a successful candidate. Part of being a successful candidate, yes, it's being good at interviews. Yes, it's having good work experience, but it's also having that work ethic and that productivity. So I think that's the thing you could focus on, you could have the biggest impact on, is your productivity. I made a video on this about 3 months ago. I would check this out. It goes into a lot of detail. Maybe you've even seen it before. And if you've seen it before, I would ask you, are you following every single tip in here? Because I'll be honest, I'm not. I'm not following every tip on here. I have tips in here, settings to have on your phone, make your phone black and white, uninstall these apps. My phone's not black and white. I have YouTube on my phone. And where has it led me? It's led me to this video, which I released 8 days ago, which is I'm in a rut right now. And I'll just be honest, like, I know I've been talking about Winner's New Year. I have been doing stuff, but could I be doing more? Probably. Yeah. I'm still not where I was in September, October, November when I was working really hard because I'm not following the productivity habits. And I think that's where, like, the key word for me in this was the word energy. Okay. Where you said you don't have energy to do this work. Because the time thing we can sort out. Like, the time thing is you have enough hours in the day, I'm guessing, just stop. Like this is brutal, right? But stop going outside, right? Stop going on social media, stop watching films, stop doing all this stuff, and work. Okay, it's a bit brutal. Okay, stop seeing people. But it is what it is, man. If you got X amount of work to do, it's either do the X amount of work or go and see your friends. It's down to you. September, October, November, I barely saw anyone because I was working. Right, so that's like step one is just get more time. Now that you have that time freed because you've got rid of the distractions like seeing your friends, social media, YouTube, all this stuff, right? Once you've got more time, now it's about productivity. Because it's one thing, hey, I now have 8 hours spare in my day, but I don't feel like working. I feel like procrastination. That's productivity. You want to get to a point where work feels easy. When I'm in my periods of September, October, November, working really hard, work is so easy. I can work for 8 hours and it's easy. Why is work so easy? Because my dopamine is not fried. I've mentioned this in videos about going on a dopamine detox. A dopamine detox is so important. These days in the modern world, we are fried. We are honestly fried. We have TV commercials, movies, adverts on buses, Instagram, TikTok. Everyone's listening to music. Like literally walk outside for 5 seconds. Every single person has AirPods in. They have the big old like over the top headphones that everyone's wearing like this. Everyone is just walking around like this. I'm surprised no one's being. Let's not even go down that route. Actually, that's what everyone's doing now, and that's why our dopamine is fried. Dopamine, like I'm not a scientist or anything, but dopamine is basically, let's just call it like a pleasure chemical, right? Again, I'm not a scientist, but essentially when you do like these dopamine-inducing pleasurable activities like social media, scrolling, junk food, fast food, listening to music, your dopamine goes up. But then basically because your dopamine is above baseline, it's like really high now. It means when you have to work, you're not used to that level of dopamine being that low. So I think that's how you improve productivity, and that's why, for example, me, the rut that I've been in the past 4 to 6 weeks, it hasn't helped that my dopamine's been through the roof. I've been listening to music, I've been watching films, I've been watching YouTube, doing stupid stuff like that, and no wonder it's difficult for me to work. Like I was talking about in my rut video, like whereas before here I could work for like 8 hours straight, no problem. Now it's like I sit down for work and I want to do 10 minutes work, and I just don't feel like doing it. I want to switch tasks. I want to do something easy. Like, I'll just be honest with you guys right now. I've been listening to music. Like, I've been replying to messages and stuff, but I've had this music tab open on my other screen. Like, why am I doing that? I'm just sabotaging myself. So that's what I'd recommend. Step one, get rid of all the distractions. Okay? Because, like, 99% of the time, when people say they don't have time for something, I don't believe them. 95% of the time. Maybe there is genuinely someone who, like, effectively their number for X is like super high. They genuinely actually don't have time for it, which is fair enough. Okay, fine. But I'm just going to assume for the purpose of this video, you do have time. Okay, if you actually got rid of the things that were like not contributing to your goal, then you would have time. Okay? So you get rid of things that are irrelevant. You do have time. Like I'm definitely not like a perfect example of productivity or anything like that. As you can see, guys, I've literally been in a rut for 4 or 6 weeks. My productivity has not been very good at all. So I'm definitely not a shining example or anything like that. But I just try and put it into perspective like this. I am a degree apprentice. I go and do my 8 hours of work a day. And then sometimes I can come home and work for another like 4, 6, 7, 8 hours after. In the weekends, I do like 16-hour weeks. And it's like I'm absolutely not by any means saying I'm the most productive person in the world or I'm any shining example of this. Far from it. But what I'm saying is if I probably do a degree apprenticeship where I have my 8 hours of work, just the extra work I do for this YouTube channel is probably more than a lot of people do in total. And I already have my 40 hours a week degree apprenticeship. But what I do in my evenings and weekends is probably more than people do in total, in entirety. Okay, it's a similar concept to what I mentioned in this video I did recently as well. More work done in a morning than most people do in a week. Right? So you do have time. Again, maybe you don't. Maybe this is a 1% situation where genuinely you don't have time. If you don't have time, then I guess it is what it is. There's too much stuff on your plate. And then you have to pick. Because it comes down to a concept of essentialism, which I've talked about in other videos, which is a lot of us have a lot of goals. This, 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 this. Right? Okay, I want to get my apprenticeship, right? But I also want to be good at university. But I also want to play my musical instrument. But I also want to play football. But I also want to go gym. But I also want to hang out with my friends. But I also want to hang out with my girlfriend. But I also want to, I don't know, watch like movies. But I also want to watch TikTok. Okay. And that's basically all your energy, and your energy is these arrows, is being spread around all these different disciplines. It's being spread around all these disciplines. And it's not really going anywhere. Because you zoom out a bit, and it's all just a bunch of small arrows. That's all it is. It's just a bunch of small arrows. You're not really making anywhere. But let's say you condense it down into 1 or 2 goals. Like this. And you say that's your apprenticeship goal. You're going to get so much further. And I encourage anyone who's in a similar situation, who you feel like you don't have enough time, this is an exercise you need to do. You need to sort out your priorities. There's a guy called Hamza who I'm going to talk about later. He told me this thing for 2025, which is, okay, someone else in sort of his coaching program, which I'm part of, they'd written 5 goals for 2025. And he was like, yeah, that's cool. Now pick your biggest goal, your biggest one goal, and just work on that. Because it's all well and good for everyone to have 5 goals, but the problem is this is what your 5 goals look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But imagine if you put all your time and energy and effort and money and everything into just one goal. That's how far you're going to get. Like, everyone wants to be like, yeah, I'm going to do gym, I'm going to get money, I'm going to have this like girlfriend, I'm going to have this little business which I'm going to do, and I'm going to have this like I'm going to be good at football again. They work on all those things, but you don't spend enough time on everything. You're only spending like 20% of your time on everything, which means you can't get anywhere in those specific goals. But when you put everything into one goal, boom, huge results. Or even 2 goals, yeah? 2 goals, it's obviously not as effective, but you're still getting somewhere with just 2 goals. Maybe it's gym, maybe it's your apprenticeship. Okay, you're getting somewhere. But problem is when you try and split things up. So that's sort of like a separate thing just to think about. Okay? If you genuinely don't have enough time, then I don't even know if this is possible. Okay, but I imagine it is. I'll be honest. Like, just from what you've told me, balancing university studies, okay, just do some assignments, just do some revision, fine. Learn to code, okay, just do a bit of a course, and just apply and prepare some interviews. Like, if I was in your situation, I think I'd have time to get that all done, right? So I don't think it's a time issue. But if it's a time issue, and I'd recommend this for everyone, go and do this activity. Okay, I know there's videos all over the place, but honestly, I'm just trying to be as raw and unfiltered as possible. Again, I'm just being straight up with this. I could be all like cute and be like, hey, it's okay, don't worry about it, or everything's going to be nice and dandy in the end, but I'll just be honest, right? Step number 1 is work out your time, okay? Get rid of all the stuff that's irrelevant. This is what I did when I was starting sort of going hard on YouTube, which is like, okay, I have all these different things which I care about. Like, not even, and it's content as well. Like, I was really interested in like news content, like keeping up with current events, and that was cool. I used to watch like loads of different podcasts and all this stuff because I was interested in, and movies, and gym, and swimming, and YouTube. Okay. But when I came into this period of September, October, November, of going deep in it, going hard with the work, got rid of this. I think I've told this story before about the news. I remember someone asked me a question. Hey Owen, what do you think about what's been going on with the farmers? And I'm like, what's been going on with the farmers? And they're like, oh, what the government did with the farmers. I'm like, what did the government do? Oh, what they did with their budget. And I'm like, what did they do with their budget? And they were like, oh, what they did with the taxes in the budget. And I'm like, what did they do with the taxes in the budget? Because I have no idea. I don't follow the news. I don't follow anything because I don't have time. Podcasts. I stopped watching podcasts, right? I stopped watching movies. I stopped going to the gym. I'd been consistently going to the gym like 2 or 3 times a week, 3 times a week really. I stopped going to the gym at all. I think I went like once between like September and November because I was so hard on youth. Like I didn't have time to spend 2 hours going to the gym after work. No, I needed to get home and just start working on this. And swimming, I didn't quit it completely, but I definitely wasn't training as much as I was. And I made really good progress. Like my subscribers in August, September, October went massively up. Views went massively up because I'd put everything into the things that matter most. So that's what I'd say to you. Okay, bit of a activity for you. Go through your whole life, what you're interested in, what you care about, and do this little arrows task. All the different things you spend your time in. Look at your daily routine, look at your weekly routine, look at the apps on your phone. What do you do? What have you done like today? Okay, like before you've even thought about this video, what have you been in today? Okay, I scrolled on TikTok today. Boom, that's another thing I waste time on. Okay, I do this, 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 and work out what has to go, man. If you don't have time, you got to work out what has to go. Get rid of it. Focus on, like it sounds like from your thing here, the two key things here are university and apprenticeship. Okay, fine. Obviously, you'd probably get better results if like you were all apprenticeship, but I get it. Yeah, you can have backup options. I'm not gonna like have a go at you for that. Like that's fair enough, right? University and apprenticeship. Those should be the two things you're focusing on. Yeah, it's not, oh, do a bit of social life in here as well. Because the problem, like, you can if you want. Like, I'm not telling you to do anything. But if you add in social life here, well, then we have to make these arrows smaller. Because you only have limited time and limited energy. Okay, and then if we want to add in gym here as well, it's like, okay, we're going to have to make these ones a bit smaller. So they're just going to be that long. And they're going to be that long, right? And then we're going to add in, like, oh, I also like watching TikTok. And I also watch, like, Twitch streamers. And I also do this. And it's just... You see where I'm getting here? You see, I'm just trying to hammer the point home. Just trying to hammer the point home. You got to sacrifice things, man. And that's why a lot of people don't get successful, by the way. Because success requires sacrifice. It'll be worth it in the long run, but you just have to sacrifice it for the short term. It's like, especially for anyone who's in this situation. A lot of you have an end date. Okay, for anyone year 13, you guys have an end date of like the end of June, basically. Because end of June, your A-levels are done. Okay, so just sacrifice your stuff for the next 6 months. It's like, I think for me it was end of March, I properly went basically hard on my A-levels. Yeah, I think it might have been the 29th, 30th, 31st of March. Deleted Snapchat from my phone. Right, and this is where I just went solid. April, May, June, didn't do anything else. Working hard. Boom, that's done. Got my grades. Can chill out now. Well, if I wanted to, I could have chilled out, right? And that was it. Like it's all temporary. All of this is temporary. It's gonna fly so quickly. You don't understand how time flies. For me, it was like we're in December now. For me, August was like last week. Like August was last week. Time's gonna fly so quickly. So honestly, do this and like sacrifice some stuff for the next couple of weeks. Sorry, not weeks, couple of months. Yeah, I'm not trying to lie to you. Like, it is going to be a couple of months. Sacrifice things for the next couple of months. That's time. Now, energy, that comes from productivity. Okay, I know, again, disclaimer, a lot of these videos, when I do them unscripted, there's no structure. They're absolutely all over the place. But I'm just trying to give you as much value as possible. I'm just trying to give you my thought process right now. This is how my brain's firing. Energy is about productivity. Okay, because once we do this time thing, okay, boom, we've now got all your evenings free. We've got all your weekends free for going and doing this. Now, again, it's up to your discretion. Am I saying never see your friends again for the next 3 or 4 or 5 months? Not necessarily. Am I saying never go outside or never go to the gym or stop exercising and get obese and being fat? No, I'm like, be sensible with this, right? But do you need to go gym 7 times a week? Probably not. It's like Hamza, this guy, when he was on his like really productive focus, when he was focusing on his business essentially, and he's a big gym guy. He came from like, he used to just focus on gym stuff. He cancelled his gym membership and started just training at home 1 time per week. The rest of his week was just pure business because that was his focus. And now going to the gym to actually get maintenance, to maintain yourself, you only need to go, like, you don't need to exercise like once or twice a week and your muscles will just maintain. To grow, you need to go like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week, right? But he didn't care. It wasn't his focus, so he just maintained. Okay, so I'm not saying everyone just stop exercising. Like, I'm definitely not saying that. Like, exercise is super important, and it's good for well-being as well, good for health, everything. I'm not saying to anyone not exercise, but all I'm saying is you don't need to go to the gym 7 times a week. You can probably just try and maintain it, do shorter gym sessions, just do like the minimum you need to do if it's not your focus. Like for me in the past 3 months, have I been getting stronger? Not really, no, because like I haven't been going gym. I've still been swimming, but I haven't been going gym. So my bench press is the same. Like when I started going back in the middle of December, it's the exact same as it was when I sort of quit it temporarily at the start of September, end of August. Okay, I've just maintained it. It hasn't been my focus. Okay, so just use a bit of like um discretion. I don't. That's definitely not the word. Use a bit of just judgment, bit of common sense. Though I'm not telling everyone to just like never see their family again, sort of thing. But I'm just thinking: do you need to see your friends every day? Do you need to text someone every day? Do you need to video call someone every day? Do you need to reply to everyone's messages every day? No. It's like I'm a very bad person at replying to messages and calling people and all this sort of stuff. I'm not the best like social. I'll be honest. I'm not the best friend to people. Like it. Honestly, like I'm just not because my focus is completely on this. So yeah, am I like social connections and I'm not going to have as good a social life as anyone else? No, but it is what it is. It's like if you have goals, you got to go for them. It's like you have two options. Yeah, just let me just simplify this for you. You can either do this. Let's say this is your main goal, and this is like you socializing with people, like messaging people all the time, and then this is you if you don't message people. And it's like you have to choose between each one. And I'm not telling you to do either one, but I'm saying just choose one. And when I'm in my focus periods, I choose this one. Yeah, I'm not the best friend in the world, but it is what it is. Like it is what it is. It's monk mode. It's monk mode you need to go into. Okay, this is where I'm gonna recommend I've done a video on productivity, which we'll get into in a second. But honestly, monk mode and a dopamine detox is what you need. We'll get into the dopamine detox, but monk mode is to do with this thing which I've been showing here, this little arrows thing. That is monk mode for you. Okay, so what I do is this guy called Hamza, come to his YouTube channel, scroll to these videos which started from around February 2023. And the kind of videos I want you to watch are 4 steps to fix your life, how to go monk mode. Okay? And you just have to go monk mode, honestly. I think there's a period in every person's life, every successful person's life, where they've just had to lock in and just go crazy. I've had a lot of periods of monk mode. Like April to June 2023, September to December 2023, January to March 2024, September to November 2024, and I'm planning January to March now 2025, just to go monk mode, just to forget everything and go here. Okay, so monk mode. This time thing, it's going to be solved by monk mode. Okay, now we're back at energy. I know I've like nearly got to talking about energy like 5 times now, but now we're actually on energy. Okay, energy is just going to come from productivity because like yeah, loads of people have productivity issues, procrastination, they can't work, me included, as I've said, because like I've been in a rut recently. The way it gets solved is with good productivity. Okay, so what I'd do is I'd recommend coming and watching my productivity video here, but I'd also recommend going into a dopamine detox. So follow all the tips in this productivity video, go into a dopamine detox. So you can watch these videos from Hamza on things like can't focus on work, watch this. And then these ones a bit further up here, like full guide to discipline, full guide to focusing. Yeah, those 3 videos should help you in terms of dopamine detox. But essentially, dopamine detox really is just get rid of all social media, start doing good habits, stop listening to music, get rid of YouTube on your phone, all of this stuff, right? And you can also watch. I'm in a rut right now because this is where I basically explain how I'm going to be going on a dopamine detox, which I kind of have procrastinated starting. Like I filmed this video like 8 days ago, and I said, right, I'm going to do this. I haven't properly started it yet. I'll be honest. I'll just be honest with you guys. But I'm going hard on that, January to March. So yeah, that was a bit of an all over the place video, I'll be honest, but I just felt like I could have replied to your email with like a couple of words. To be honest, I could have like saved everyone's time just by replying to your email and just linking you like 2 videos, and it would have saved everyone the hassle. But I just thought, yeah, I just had it on my mind. I want to talk about it. So for you, 2 things I'd prescribe: monk mode, which is gonna give you more time to do the stuff you need to do, and dopamine detox, which is gonna give you more energy. I hope that helps. I'm filming this is the 31st December, so it's New Year's Eve. I'll be going to bed early today and waking up and hopefully getting some work done in the morning. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care.